I am Kaipadat Vinod Chandra from third group. Our first topic is teaching for mastery learning. Teaching for mastery learning means that teachers only move on to the next subject once everyone is mastered a current unit. In other words, there is no good enough, only the word perfect. Traditionally, we set a fixed amount of time to study a unit and allow for flexible outcomes. Teaching for mastery demands perfection. This prevents the growing knowledge gaps and increase unity among the classmates with no one left behind. Teaching for mastery requires clear learning goals, detailed tracking of students' progress, and diverse opportunity to catch up for those who fall behind. It's a group game to make class more fun, boost energy, and allow students to get to know each other better. Teachers can play this game with children who are 8 years or older and group size from 8 to 30. One session can take 5 minutes to 30 minutes, and all you need is a room and some chairs. Start with all students sitting in a circle and student with the most recent birthday standing in the middle of the chairs. Then the student standing asks a question that can be answered with yes or no. All the students who will answer the question with yes get up immediately and try to find a new chair without speaking their answers out loud. They can pick any chair except their own chair and the one next right to them. While everybody is looking up for a seat, the aim of the player in the middle is to catch a free chair. The player who doesn't catch a chair is the next one to stand in the middle and ask a question. If the player in the middle cannot think of a question suddenly, he can just simply shout fruit salad. And all the kids have to change their places. This game is first to set up and fun to play. All the students love it because we get to know each other better. Our next topic is flipped classroom model. It's a new method of teaching that is turning the traditional classroom on its head. Every day, thousands of teachers deliver the exact same classes to millions of students. Every night, millions of students sit over and the exact homework trying to figure out how to solve it. The flipped classroom is turning this upside down. Traditionally, students listen to the lectures and take tests in the class and read textbook and work on the problem set at the home. In flipped teaching, students first study the topics by themselves, typically using YouTube videos or etc., and applying the knowledge by solving problems and doing practical work in the class. Modern schools who flipped their classroom report many benefits. First one, it allows all students to learn at their own pace as the videos can be watched again. Second one, it's more efficient as the students enter the classroom prepared to contribute. Third one, it enriches the lesson as more times can be spent on group work and projects. Fourth one, doing homework in class allows the students to help each other, which benefits both advanced and less advanced learners. Our last topic is Math of Learning by John Mighton. JumMath is primarily intended to be used by teachers in the classroom. JumMath is a complete package of resources intended to cover the curricula of kindergarten to grade 8. Professional development is also referred to teaching, wishing to add their teaching credentials. While JumMath is a mainstream set of classroom materials for use in schools, it's very flexible and can be used as support in after-school tutorial by schools and community organization as well as the parents at home. JumMath is dedicated to helping children succeed at and enjoy learning math. There is a strong causal link between a child's academic success and his or her future contribution to the society. We strive to increase children's chances of success, to reduce socio-economic disparities, to engender to a sense of belonging, and most importantly, to end violence, voiceless children to endow voiceless children with opportunity. Thank you.
Здравствуйте, my name is Kalatil Muhammad Alfat Rahman, and I'm from third group. So, the science of teaching. Research discovered that students' attention reduces dramatically about 15 minutes into class, and within 30 minutes it is often as low as 20% of the original level, and after 45 minutes it's almost entirely gone. We spend up to 12 years in school, it becomes clear how important is us to increases the time where students usually pay attention. And one method to fight boredom and keep attention high is to reduce the session length. You can break them up to into segments with small break in between. The idea is to get your students to help write the rules in the form of a classroom pledge. The idea is to get your students to this helps them to give the ownership of the classroom rules, and encourages them to help each other behavior. The Pygmalion effect is the phenomenon whereby higher expectation lead to higher performance. This action has an impact on the others' beliefs about themselves. Bloom's taxonomy. It is a toolbox that teachers and students can use or can use to classify and organize learning objectives. It is most popular version based on the cognitive domain, and assumes that learning should be structured. Like first one, remember, then understand, then apply, then analyze, then evaluate, then create. Spasiba.
My name is Revindranath Roshni and I'm from Group 3. Today I'm going to discuss about 4 topics. First is finding new way to learn science. That is approaching the teaching and learning of science as science, and doing controlled experiments and different ways of teaching and measuring results. Most revealing measures of learning looking at the decision of scientists making in simple relevant situation, and compared learning, that is conventional lectures and scientific teaching. And there are examples. First one is learning in the classroom, that is two nearly identical 250 students section, that of same learning objective, same learning class time and same test. Second example, learning again from entire course, that apply concept of force and motion. What is happening in these classes? So the students are solving tasks, instructors is circulating, listening, and in coaching, and then leads to follow-up discussion. Support with teaching technology, that is fed interactive simulation, and so for more year quantum physics course. Researchers demonstrating fundamental practices, that is effective learning of science required practices of desired thinking process with guiding feedback. And the second topic is active learning. The class starts with a relatively brief introduction, that was what is discussed so far, and some context for the class is provided. Students started to work and they are given typically 7 to 8 minutes, during which these students are encouraged to discuss with their friends. Having teaching assistants is valuable for large classes, and they can assure to the students questions during active time and after classes. He or she can use microphone and can ensure the questions of students that the instructor missed. The assistant can also get feedback after the classes that which part of the lecture motivated the student more. Even if they don't finish their work by the given time, they can compare their work with the work of the instructors. Asking questions can bring the attention back to the instructors. Worksheets are a great way of increasing students' learning in lecture. Next, the third topic is Berner theory of learning. Singaporean government stopped importing foreign books and instead built the world's best mass curriculum from scratches. First, we learned through an enactive representation, that is cake cut into halves. And second is iconic representation, that is cake cut into 4 equal halves. Third is symbolic representation, that is also called language based, because we learn right words in symbol to express our thoughts. Teachers also used scaffolding the words used by the Berner. Then the teachers first demonstrate the process to the students. Today in Singaporean students in 4th and 8th grade are the world's best in science and maths. Berner was born as blind in the New York City in 1915, and at the age of second he got his vision back. The fourth topic is active learning if you don't remember. It helps to know that our brain helps us to learn, and it asks two fundamental questions. First is can I understand? And your brain always put the new information from the foundation of existing knowledge. If the foundation is missing, the brain has no idea to do with it. And if he asks ourselves, do I need to know? Our brain separate the material what need to remember and the other to forget. If our brain find the information is needed again, the brain will store it in the long-term memory. The active learning by Carl Wieman, that is first is prior to class, the students read upon to the fundamental of lessons. In class, Wayman starts with a brief introduction and gives questions to solve, and he gives students clickers to answer to the correct option. Second, the Wayman project problem asked to solve and find the possible answers using the clickers. Third is per instruction method, peer instruction method, that is which involved peer discussion, voting and question discussion. And the fourth one is professor lead to follow up discussion with the students.